So apparently 343 Studios was just shut down by Microsoft and rebranded to Halo Studios, which I thought 343 was that was the whole point. I thought that was like a Halo thing, but now they're just like Halo. I don't know. Is this a hot take? I don't know if this is a hot take. I don't like the Unreal Engine. I think it's bad for gaming. It makes gaming kind of like it's really samey, and I don't think that it really looks all that good. Like, oh yeah, it is really shiny and the graphics are great, but every game that uses it just kind of looks the same. They use a lot of similar assets, and it's beautiful, don't get me wrong. I just want more games to use different engines, especially like indie games and the lower tier games. I want people to just start making games from scratch again. I just don't like Epic. I don't like Epic. I don't like I don't.
Chris Matthews, take one. Mark.
This is Casey Wu, take one. Mark.
I was told that I can just be my authentic self, Chris.
For 6 years, I don't want to be in front of a camera.
There's so much to do and so much fun.
Please don't be your authentic self. Or please do. Maybe we can see who she really is.
To be had when you play Halo, that I feel like I never run out of things to do.
I love intricate stories that take place across lots of different worlds, have lots of different meaningful characters.
What made Halo successful at the beginning? What is the legacy of Halo, and what's the soul that we want to bring forward, and what's the...
How long have they been asking this question? Since Halo 5, I'm pretty sure, because they tried to make Halo 4 their own thing and it didn't work out. Or was that Halo Infinite? I don't know. They've been asking this for years and years and years. What made Halo great? I don't know. Maybe be more like Halo. Stop chasing trends. Come up with new ideas. Be original.
The craft of making Halo games, and how do we set our studio at best to go deliver on that?
We knew we had to make a change in order to take us into the future.
When I first heard about Halo moving to Unreal Engine, my first thought was, this is going to be a really hard secret to keep.
I think fans are going to be excited about the future of Halo because of the possibilities that are afforded us by using Unreal.
Before,
I haven't seen hardly anybody excited except for Halo YouTubers who just kind of want to ride the excitement train, the hype train. And I'm not one of those YouTubers. I am going to critique, even if it's everybody's thinking it's a 10 out of 10, I will say it's a 7 out of 10.
we really had to split our focus in thinking about building an engine, supporting it, being really kind of a tech company and a studio at the same time. Since we've made the change to shift to UE, we can bring Halo forward in ways that people have never seen before while still being true to what Halo is.
The Foundry project was an effort to show ourselves how far we can push things using Unreal 5.
I don't think they've shown us yet that they can be true to what Halo is. They were literally just asking the question just a few minutes ago, like, hey, a minute ago, not even a few minutes ago, it was literally a minute ago, they were like, what makes Halo Halo? And then they were like, we're gonna keep making Halo Halo. But if you don't know what Halo is, how are you gonna keep making Halo what Halo is? Does that make sense? Makes sense to me. They don't make sense.
Our new studio art director, Chris, came to me and said, hey, I have this crazy idea.
He said, hey, there's this thing called Project Foundry that I want to do. Let's make it happen.
Foundry specifically is based around the same concept of the Foundry in Halo lore. It's the place where Halo rings are born. It's not a game, it's a research project for our studio so we can prepare ourselves for the next steps of making Halo games.
Cool. Yeah. Looks pretty. Looks like Halo. It does. For the most part.
The original Halo franchise.
But that's like all concept art. That's not actual gameplay footage, for one. Another thing, are they going to be able to keep it optimized? Also, they have all the same writers. Just because you tweak the graphics up, the writers aren't being tweaked up. Just because it looks pretty doesn't mean it's going to be a good game. And I could name off plenty of games that look pretty that are flop. I've forgotten the names right now, but if I looked them up, I could tell you. Because they're forgettable. Hundreds and hundreds of Unreal games. and it just kind of looks like all the other Unreal games. Looks like a Halo mod for a game that runs in Unreal.
Was a graphics showcase. It was best in class. That's what Halo was when it first was released, and that's what Halo needs to be again.
So once Project Foundry had been approved, we took the entire creative team and we ideated on 3 locations, something old, something new, and something really alien.
We had the Pacific
I want to get
Northwest,
another
which is
look
sort of
at Master
traditional
Chief.
Halo.
Didn't really get a good look at him just a few seconds ago. I want to get another look at him.
Biome.
We were trying to shove as much foliage in there as humanly possible to make it really feel like you're on a hike in the, Cascades.
The Cold Lands, which was the second biome that we took on, it was more of a technical showcase.
It
where
looks
we could
cold.
play with shaders, we could play with deformable landscapes and terrains. Unreal affords us more opportunity than we've ever had in the past.
But it doesn't look alien though. It doesn't look alien like the Halo 2, Halo 3, even the Halo 1 maps.
On the surface, it might just look all like snow, but how many layers of things combine to really give that winter look?
And then our third biome was the Blightlands, which is any land that's been completely taken over by the flood.
I wanted to give our team the opportunity to really
That's kind of cool.
express an alien world, a really alien world, taking something way further than they may have actually done in previous Halo games.
What's impressed me about watching the Halo team,
But it doesn't really give you a good look at it though. Like, what's it gonna be like? Is it all gonna be samey? Is it gonna be boring to go through? What are the enemies gonna be like? Are they gonna... They don't know, we don't know yet. And they're just kind of like, trust us guys. It's gonna be good this time.
teamwork in Unreal is how beautiful everything looks, how incredible the environments look. I don't think we've seen anything quite like it in Unreal Engine before.
Fortunately, we have a...
Didn't they say the same thing about the last Halo? And I think they've said that before. Like, this is the best looking Halo. And this one, they're like, we haven't seen anything look this good in Unreal Engine. We'll see.
A studio that's really passionate about Halo, about the look and the feel, and I think there's a lot of hunger to really collaborate, to move forward together.
Foundry was an initiative that touched on every part of the creative process, everything from concept art, VFX, characters, vehicles, and weapons to make the future games of Halo.
Creating an asset, taking this design, now we can really dig into material foundations. What is it actually made of? How is it physically accurate to the world? Now we get to take all the wonderful legacy assets that...
Wait. Who cares what it's made of? It just matters what it looks like and how it shoots. You're focusing on things that don't matter. Like, I don't get why it has to be the most detailed thing. Detail doesn't matter that much if everything's like boring looking and if the gameplay is boring, because let me tell you, Halo isn't about being the best looking in its class. It's about being the most fun, best gameplay, because there was nothing else like it at the time. It was just the best. It didn't just look the best because let me tell you, it didn't actually look the best. I mean, for the type of game it was, sure. But there were better games, better looking games at the time. Maybe not on Xbox.
We have, bring them to life and bring them to today's standards.
We are really excited to be not just working on multiple projects, but also expanding our studio.
As a lifelong Halo player, I think the game's only going to get better when we get those new, unique perspectives and people bring in their expertise and passion for the Halo franchise.
We are looking for new talent as the projects that we're working on kind of get further and further into their development cycles.
And it is great to be part of a team that's growing because you can kind of see that force multiplied as people come in and take on challenges and you can do more.
Imagine a place where you have the commitment that this is what we want to do, Halo games, and create those experiences. And you can express your talent, your creativity, and your professional ambitions in that place.
We're looking for designers, we're looking for artists, we're looking for engineers.
It feels like a new beginning for the studio in a lot of ways, and I think that's pretty rare.
And I think we arrived now at a point where you see the beginnings of people to start to believe in the process.
There's so much momentum that we have
Did
right
they not
now,
believe
and
in it
focus
before?
and clarity on not just what we're building, but why we're building, and kind of this next phase of Halo.
So they lost it. So they're admitting that Halo Infinite was just an absolute flub. So all the hype was just all a lie. So why should we believe them this time? Because they're using a different engine? Now they have to completely start from scratch with Halo. And they're having to figure out what makes Halo Halo. And they want to continue making Halo what Halo is at the same time. So they didn't know what it is, but they're going to also continue what it is. So they're just going to continue with the same slop that they've been making, but with a different coat of paint.
The worlds that we're building, the stories that we're going after.
The potential at Halo right now is huge.
Halo Infinite was the last remnants of how we made Halo games in the past. That was our recipe. And what we are doing right now, we're changing that recipe.
Why does he look so fat? It kind of looks like he's wearing power armor, which that's not really what Master Chief is supposed to be. He kind of looks like the Halo TV show Master Chief. Not in the way that the TV show Master Chief was fat, but like it just looked wrong. They're gonna show his face in the next one. I don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't get it, because like they couldn't do it in the past. They also are kind of admitting that they couldn't do it in the past, but they're also like, hey, this Halo Infinite was great. It was the last good Halo from the last generations of Halo. We're moving on. We're changing everything, but we're gonna make Halo what Halo has always been. It's so many contradictions, and then they change their name. Why? It's still the same company. Are they doing anything different? Apparently, before they didn't have their heart and soul into Halo, but now they do. But they also said that in Halo Infinite, and look how that turned out. I just don't believe them. We'll see though. We'll see. I don't like Unreal Engine, so I don't have high hopes, especially with the current gaming landscape and who's running the show and the amount of people involved and just the blatant dishonesty.